Was sharp in San Francisco last night with 8 strikeouts, no earned runs allowed as he pitched into the ninth. A very good sign for the Cubs. But the night belonged to the Panda, who delivered the big hit in extras. Tonight, it's Jose Quintana's turn to take on the Giants on ABC 7.
Right now from ABC 7 Chicago. This is Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7.
Another beautiful evening here in San Francisco, and we're at AT&T Park for Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7. The Giants took the opener last night, 2-1 the final in 11. Great to have you with us. A late night of Cubs baseball. Jim DeShays and Len Casper. You're never happy to lose a game, but the Cubs actually felt pretty good because of what Kyle Hendricks did last night.
A tough loss. Could not generate much offensively, but big picture, very good night because Kyle Hendricks, who has struggled much of the year, was as good as we've ever seen him last night. It was really good stuff from Hendricks.
Let's check out the Leinenkugel's perfect pitch, brought to you by Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy.
He had everything working last night. He threw his curveball more than we've seen him throw it in the past. He threw a lot of four-seamers, more than sinkers, but it all set up the changeup, which is his best pitch. He got a lot of swings and misses at that changeup, was slotting it down and away to the left-handed hitters all night long.
Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, traditional German Weiss beer with natural lemonade flavor for a taste that's perfect. Lakeside, dockside, or just plain outside, Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy. Welcome to the Liney side, and here's tonight's pitching matchup brought to you by Goodwill. Amazing finds only at Goodwill.
Yeah, we feature a couple veteran left-handers tonight. Jose Quintana, good stretch, last 7 starts, pitching to a 3.46 ERA. It was supposed to be Johnny Cueto. They've decided to give him extra rest, so they're bringing Derek Holland, the veteran left-hander, back into the rotation. Last 7 starts, 3-1 with a 3.82.
And now let's check out JD's Subaru Keys to the Game. Presented by Subaru. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Well, with a couple lefties out there, there's only 3 left-handed bats total, both sides in the game tonight. Both guys really good at neutralizing left-handed bats. Cubs might look to start some base runners tonight with a lefty on the mound. Tough to straight steal, but maybe some hit and run, just try to generate a little something. The bats not getting much done last night, and Nick Hundley behind the plate has not been particularly good at throwing people out. Strike first. It's been a while since the Cubs have had an early lead and just hung on to it, gone wire to wire for a W.
All right, when we come back, we'll hear from the manager, Joe Madden, as the Cubs and the Giants play Game 2 here in San Francisco. Stay with us. tomorrow, off day in San Diego on Thursday, and then that'll take the Cubs into the All-Star break with that 3-game series. So the Cubs have 3 All-Stars: John Lester, Wilson Contreras, Javier Baez. We know Javi's always been a good base runner, excellent defensively, but he's an All-Star this year because of his offense. What's been the biggest thing he's done at the plate?
Well, for me, and it's kind of ironic because I think everybody thought for Baez to get better, he'd have to become more disciplined, lay off pitches out of the strike zone, and there's still work to be done there. But he really is swinging as much as ever before. But what I think has keyed his success is he's more aggressive in the strike zone. He's hunting both fastballs and breaking balls in the zone, willing to attack early, and I think it's paid off.
Let's hear from Joe Madden on managing Javier Baez.
Javi, I want you to make the routine play routinely and make the extraordinary play by utilizing your athleticism. That's how I explain it to him. Offensively, Javi, you need to understand the zone more, and the moment you stop expanding your zone, you're going to find out how good of a hitter you can be, and part of that is exploring the other side of the field, as an example. Then you get out of the way. I mean, then let him take those thoughts and concepts and come to his own conclusions. I'm really a big believer in that too. Not to force on a great athlete. You know, great athletes. I'm not just to say Michael Jordan is it. Why would a coach ever want to, hey Michael, you can't take that kind of a jump shot, or what are you doing running from the foul line and trying to dunk? I mean, all this crazy. Don't coach athleticism, don't coach instincts out of a player ever.
That's Joe Madden on All-Star Javier Baez. It's lefty night here in San Francisco. Quintana and Holland lineups, first pitch, and all the action coming up next. Lincoln Motor Company. By Insure on the Spot. For quality insurance you can afford, head to insureonthespot.com. By Lakeside Bank. Personal customized banking. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. And by Autobarn Alfa Romeo in Evanston. For the largest selection on new Alfa Romeos, shop the Autobarn Alfa Romeo in Evanston.
They're waiting on you. Waiting on you. Hey, Chili.
Curveball here.
Little tapper, Holland off the mound toward the third base side and throws a fastball over to Brandon Belt for the first out. Let's get your umpires tonight. Better at last. Diaz back at the plate. Gonzalez at first, Jansen Visconti at second, and Jeff Nelson, the crew chief, is over at third. And now it's Jason Hayward. JD mentioned it. Not many left-handed bats in the starting lineups tonight. Hayward, the only lefty for the Cubs, batting second. Belt hitting second for the Giants. Crawford hitting fifth. That's it. Another ball softly hit on the ground. Belt will underhand to Holland, covering the bag.
Look at a two-man game working.
Yeah, 2 outs. And it will bring up Javier Baez.
Holland last year was a White Sox. Things did not go well for him. He was 7-14 with a .620 earned run average, making 26 starts. And prior to that, all of his big league time with the Texas Rangers, 09 through 16.
A strike on Baez. Oh for 4, a walk and a stolen base in the opener.
The Cubs managed just 4 hits in the ball game last night. The game they lost in 11 innings. From the 7th through the 11th, they only hit 1 ball out of the infield.
One and 2 to Baez. Contreras on deck. Here it comes. Swing and a miss, and Holland takes a quick 1-2-3 opening inning. Jose Quintana against the Giants bats when we return. By Fix Auto. Call 1-800-INFO-FIX for the nearest location. Fix Auto, the first words that should come to mind after an accident. Hernandez leading off, the all-star, well, hoping to be an all-star branded belt. Andrew McCutchen in right. Nick Hundley, the backup catcher, will clean up. Crawford is an all-star. He's at short. Hunter Pence gets another nod in left. Chase Darno in at second. Sandoval with the game-ending hit in the 11th last night. And switch hitting Derek Holland bats ninth. Jose Quintana makes his 32nd start as a Cub. And a strike on Hernandez.
7-6 with a 4.22 for Jose. This is his 18th start. League bats .246 against him. Been better on the road than at home. About 2 runs better in terms of his earned run average. He's 4-4 with a 3.40 in the gray unis. This guy Hernandez, all of a sudden hitting for all kinds of power. He's always been a slap guy. 11 home runs already this year.
Well, we've seen a couple of these. Holland got one to start the game, and now Quintana matches him on a 1-3 ground out by the leadoff man.
A little different mix for Quintana. Doesn't throw the slider. He does cut his fastball. He likes to run it in on the right-handers, as we saw Holland do in the first. Curveball's always been a big pitch for him, and mix in the changeup as well. Near the top of the pack in terms of first pitch strikes.
Belt fouls out of play. He is on the final man ballot in the National League. He's currently running second behind Jesus Aguilar. The voting online ends tomorrow afternoon. And some deserving players not going to make it. That's just the way it works.
Yeah, that's the way it always is. And the problem is there every year too that there are several undeserving players that do make it, because every team needs a representative.
In the air to left. Happ into the corner, makes the grab in fair territory for out number 2.
That's got good power to all fields. Track that one down for out number 2. Who else is out there with Ian tonight? Alberts in center, Jason Hayward right, Bodie, Russell, Baez, Caratini. Victor making his 7th start at first base, and Contreras is behind the plate.
A strike to Andrew McCutchen. He had 1 hit last night. It was a 1-out single in the 11th inning, and he later scored the game-ending run. Quintana working with a quick pace. Curveball is low. 1-1 the count.
Not a huge sample, but McCutchen has had success against Quintana, 5 out of 11. The actives in terms of doing damage against the Cubs, you always find Votto and McCutchen up there. McCutchen, very disciplined hitter, does not go out of the strike zone very often.
A turn, a kick, and a fire, and in the air the other way. Jason Hayward coming in. Nice work by
Baseball on Facebook Live, presented by BioFreeze, the official external pain reliever of the Chicago Cubs. Check out tonight's broadcast right now at facebook.com/Cubs.
If you are watching us on Facebook, hi. Nice to have you with us. Make sure you hit the like button. Actually, you can love us.
Is love an option now on Facebook?
It used to be just like. Now it's degrees of like. The 0-1 from Holland to Contreras is a strike. 0-2.
Well, both these pitchers looking pretty frisky here in the early going. Working quickly on the attack. Feeling good about their stuff.
Sometimes that spot start can be a good thing for a pitcher when he finds out, within a few hours or a day even, that he's going to make a start that he hadn't considered. And he strikes out Contreras.
Very sharp here. Got Baez with a changeup to end the first. Now breaking pitch, swing and miss from Wilson. Cueto coming back into the rotation. The emergence of Suarez, who we saw last night, and Derek Rodriguez, who we were supposed to see tomorrow but won't. That's kind of pushed Holland into the bullpen, but he's a nice sixth starter to have. And you can give them some length out of the bullpen, and as he's doing here tonight, fill in and take an occasional start for you and provide some support down the road in case somebody gets hurt. Hurt's been a big word for the Giants this year, especially with the rotation. Bumgarner, Samardzija, Cueto all spending significant time on the disabled list. My goodness.
Sent down Russell. 3 consecutive strikeouts for Holland here early. And now David Bodie with 2 outs, nobody on.
He's got that laser-like focus working. He's just right back on top of the rubber. Let's go, 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 go. Wouldn't be a bad idea for the Cub hitters start to step out a little bit and try to upset his rhythm.
David Bodie playing third base. Chris Bryant could be back off the DL tomorrow. 0 for 2, playing again this afternoon for AA Tennessee during his rehab assignment. And when KB is back, one really fascinating thing will be, where does he hit in the lineup? On the ground, Sandoval can't get it. It's into left. That's probably a base hit. And it is for David Bodie. Bryant, basically, a 2 or 3 hitter, has been hitting third a lot behind Jason Hayward. Does Joe ease him back in and leave Baez in the 3 spot? Do you put Bryant right back in there ahead of Rizzo? He's got some decisions to make.
Yeah, and he likes to move guys around anyway, so I think a lot will depend on who the opposing pitcher is and who's in the lineup on any given day. Doesn't much matter, I don't think.
Holland will throw over. Ian Happ batting right-handed. The Cubs have 10 qualifying hitters when you rank them via OPS. Happ ranks 5th at 827. 9 of the 10 all have an OPS plus of at least 100, which is kind of the baseline. If you're above 100, you're considered above league average. The only guy currently, and Bodie got way off the bag, Hundley did not throw. The only guy currently with an OPS plus of something below 100 is Anthony Rizzo, and I would not expect that to continue.
No, it's been a bumpy ride for sure for Riz. Got off that horrific start, then he got hot for a while, and he's cooled again.
Runner goes. Here's the throw. He's out. Bodie thinks he got in. So hang on cueing the ABC orchestra for a second. Nope, he got him. So that'll end the Cubs' second. And you can cue the music. We are scoreless early from San Francisco. Cubs and Giants, 0-0. Morning with ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Terrell Brown, Tanya Babich, Roz Barron, and meteorologist Tracy Butler get you ready for the week with the latest news, weather, and traffic. Nick Hundley threw out David Bodie to end the top of the second, and he leads off batting in the cleanup position tonight for the Giants. 33rd start. Back of the plate. Contreras calls off Quintana. And it brings up Brandon Crawford, the shortstop.
Giants as a team batting just .237 against left-handed pitching, so it's a good matchup for Quintana here tonight. He is lifetime 0-3 against the Giants with an ERA. It's a little below 6. Pitched against them earlier this year, did not go well. It was back at Wrigley on May 26. Allowed 4 runs in 4 1/3.
Cut and a miss by the All-Star Crawford. 2 for his last 25. He homered off Quintana to the opposite way at Wrigley Field on May 26th. And 5 of his 10 home runs this season have come against lefties. Well located, 0-2.
Yeah, he's really locked in. We talked about Holland and Quintana the same way. Gets the ball back, right back on the rubber, ready to go to work.
Looking at some numbers earlier today, Q's fastball percentage of over 67% puts him in the top 10 The major league average is about 55% fastballs. There's a heater, just missed.
He doesn't stay away from his curveball. He throws it 25% of the time. He doesn't use his changeup very much. And we were talking about Kyle Hendricks last night too. There's value even if that third pitch isn't a real quality pitch. Just showing it a little bit more, plant something in the hitter's minds. You know, you look at the guys who really shut people down. Typically, it's unless they're throwing 98. They're going to have 3 pitches that they use a fair amount of the time. That's been a lot of the success with the Astros. Charlie Morton with all the curveballs, Lance McCullers. Hendricks last night threw his curveball more than we've seen in the past. Not a bunch. I think he threw 10 of them, but that's more than he normally does. And he used his four-seamer more than he normally does.
Payoff delivery, punched into left. And Crawford has the Giants' first hit.
Well, real nice work here by Ian Happ. It's nice to have that kind of speed in left field. Nice to have speed, period. But in this big yard, it really pays off as he's able to get that ball before it kicks off that wall. Otherwise, it's going to be 2 bases for Crawford.
Hunter Pence 2 for 4 with a triple. In game 1, he's batting 6th and playing left. First pitch swinging. Hayward in right with an easy play. 2 outs.
Grab your friends, get your Cubs gear, and get out to Wrigley Field because the Cubs want everybody in. The best availability for tickets this month is the 4-game set with the Diamondbacks, July 23rd through the 26th. Play it now to get the seats you want at Cubs.com.
First place Milwaukee, an 8-4 winner at Miami tonight. So the Cubs right now are 2 games back. Travis Shaw homered for the Brewers, his 16th.
Last night, Kyle Hendricks threw first pitch strikes to 22 of the 31 men he faced. Tonight, so far, Quintana's perfect 7 for 7.
It's Luke Farrell on the left. James Norwood on the right. Still waiting to make his big league debut. Two strikes on Chase Darno. Pinch hit strikeout in the 10th with the game-winning run at third base and 1 out against Steve Cishek last night. Veteran infielder. He was having a nice year at AAA Sacramento. And he had his contract selected on Saturday with Joe Panik going on the disabled list. And if he were still at AAA, he would be starting at shortstop in the All-Star game for the Pacific Coast League in Columbus, Ohio. I didn't ask Chase, but I think I can speak for him. He'd rather be here than there. As he swings and misses, Quintana with his first strikeout tonight. And after 2 from San Francisco, we are scoreless. Cam, America runs on Duncan. Now we know what JD did earlier today to keep himself occupied.
Oh, that was dirty.
That is a low blow.
Yeah. Look like the amazing Mr. Limpet.
Don Knotts.
Mm-hmm.
Again, remaining topical.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Happ was at the plate when Bodie got thrown out in the second.
see a human with a fish head, and you immediately go to Mr. Limpet.
How about another look?
So I want to see if we got an infraction on the yellowfish. Yeah, that's 2.
Maybe that's actually
maybe that's the game.
point.
Is this just
Guessing just to try to knock each other off the board. Oh
goodness!
Wow, that was quite a maneuver.
Need to put a little James Bond theme music behind that.
That was unexpected. 2-2 to Happ. Line shot, a foul.
I'm getting up to 94. Holland this year has averaged just a little better than 91, but every now and then he'll reach back, find a little something extra. He can touch 95, and he looks pretty crisp here tonight.
The Ohio native gets a swing and a foul from Happ.
Mentioned his struggles last year with the White Sox. This is much more pitcher-friendlier ballpark, especially for a guy who likes to work up in the zone, gets a lot of fly balls. Balls that might fly out of guaranteed rate are going to stay in the yard here.
Backhanded belt. Holland with a late break, but Belt gets there.
Belt is a good all-around player, very dependable defensively.
Ball 1 on switch hitting Victor Caratini. That All-Star game is the AAA All-Star game, so it's Pacific Coast League All-Stars against International League All-Stars, because otherwise it wouldn't make a lot of sense probably to have the Pacific Coast League All-Star game in Ohio, even though the Cubs affiliate in Iowa is part of the PCL. Sometimes in baseball, geography doesn't always make a ton of sense. Atlanta and Cincinnati were in the National League West a long time ago.
And years ago, they used to have a thing called the the Little World Series, where the top AAA teams would play off in a 7-game series at the end of the year. They haven't done that in years, I don't think. Of course, there used to be 3. There was the Pacific Coast League, the American Association, and the International League. Now there's only 2.
And I believe the American Association still exists, but it is an independent league, if I am not mistaken, and I often am. 2-2 on Caratini. Batting 8th ahead of the pitcher Quintana, who waits on deck. Popped up, shallow center field. Darno out quickly, and he's going to get it in front of Hernandez. Quintana 0 for 31 with 15 strikeouts. You know what he's trying to do, JD? He's trying to get off the schneid.
He is. He's on that schneid
all year. Swing and a miss.
That swing was a bit of an afterthought. Let's turn that dial up a little bit.
Holland, former Ranger, former White Sox, as JD mentioned, or White Sox, however you prefer. One and two.
74-71 lifetime. With a 456. Was a 16-game winner for the Rangers back in 2011.
His hometown of Newark, Ohio, 33 miles east of Columbus. Strike three called. And he has cruised so far through 3 innings.
Forecast, meteorologist Cheryl Scott, Larry Mallory, Phil Schwartz, and Tracy Butler alert you first to changing conditions and severe weather. ABC 7 Eyewitness News, your AccuWeather station.
And a look at the NL Central standings brought to you by the Bob LaCourcio Auto Group. You're going to like buying a car this way. Brewers have already won tonight. The Cardinals have a 13-2 lead at the White Sox. They are in the top of the 8th. Dexter Fowler has hit a grand slam in that one. Pirates trailing 5-1 at home against the Nationals. And the Reds beat Cleveland again, 7-4. That's a comeback win. They scored 7 in the 9th. They were down 4-0.
Well, all bets are off when the Ohio Cup is on the line. Hey, there's another strike one.
Cody Allen charged with 6 runs in the 9th inning. Sandoval scoops one in the air down the right field line. Hayward is over, and that ball lands foul. Or strike 2 rather, on the guy who had the game-winning hit last night. Opposite field single on a mistake slider with 2 strikes from Pedro Strop. That's a pretty good percentage.
He's setting the tone that both starters are.
He just got a piece of it. Interestingly enough, as much as Sandoval likes to swing the bat, he currently has the second lowest first pitch swing percentage in baseball. Does that surprise you?
A little bit, yes.
Under 5%. Here's the game winner from last night in the 11th.
Five-man infield.
Yep.
And two-strike slider, and just made a mistake with it. Left it in the zone, and Sandoval took advantage.
Brian Dunsing with a scoreless inning, pitching on a rehab assignment for Tennessee today. That's foul.
Sandoval's got a little Vlad Guerrero, a little Starlin Castro. He can reach all kinds of pitches. And ultimately would prefer to swing than walk. Just a $140 from this side of the plate this year.
Called strike 3. Quintana with his second. And back-to-back Ks. He fanned d'Arnaud to end the second.
Somebody lost their keys out there in the boat, I think.
Yeah, what was going on with that? That was an odd-looking craft. I was trying to figure out the front of it. Is there a front and a back?
Depends on which way it's
aft?
going. Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
A fore and an aft.
I'm guessing the
like
back of the boat's on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to take charge.
Holland.
Oh,
that
nice.
Ball deflects off Caratini. Baez to Quintana. 3-4-1. Nicely done.
Yeah, and this a real nice job here by Quintana, just not giving up on the play, because that's when you see the deflection. You think, all right, that's a knock, and you stop. He did not, and was rewarded as Baez was Johnny on the spot to handle the deflection.
So it's Hernandez with 2 outs and nobody on. JD mentioned he left Sunday's game early against the Cardinals with left calf tightness. And a called strike on a fastball.
He has 16 home runs in 765 major league at bats. 11 of those have come this year. Well, granted, he's getting regular playing time. He hasn't had that a lot in his career, but this is just an odd explosion of power for a 30-year-old.
Bodie backs up at third. Curve strike. 1-2. I want to give a quick shout out to Tennessee Smokies infielder Trent Gimbroni, named the Southern League Player of the Week for last week. That news overshadowed a bit by the return of Chris Bryant to Tennessee for a couple of days. Deep breath by the left-hander, and here's his 2-2. And it's Jason Hayward in right. Easy play. That's it. We go to the 4th. Cubs nothing. Giants nothing.
Stroke.
is brought to you by Four Winds Casinos, your entertainment escape. Holland to Almora, and a strike. Second time through for the left-hander. Gave up a single to David Bodie with 2 outs in the second, and that's it. And fouled out of play. It was Andrew Suarez, a left-hander, who pitched for the Giants last night, and he was good. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run in a no decision. Cubs will not face right-hander Derek Rodriguez, the son of Hall of Famer Pudge Rodriguez, with Johnny Cueto starting tomorrow. Almora strikes out. He's 0 for 2. And Dexter Fowler tonight with a grand slam against the White Sox.
And Fowler hits a high
Hector
fly ball.
Santiago.
Deep left center at the wall. Grand slam. Dexter Fowler.
Sorry, Danny Mac. Didn't mean to step on you there. Cardinals lead that game 13-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Hayward, a career .397 hitter with 6 home runs and 74 plate appearances in this ballpark going into tonight. The pitch. 2-1. Well, it's early, but it sure looks like these two left-handers are putting the ball generally where they want to, and when they miss, they're missing in their favor.
Yep, and it's a little different game plan. Quintana working down more than Holland, who likes to work with that elevated fastball. That sets up the breaking ball down.
Broken bat 1, hopper to Crawford on the other side of the bag.
Just hasn't been many loud noises, has there? Just all the contact has been pretty soft.
I think the loudest noise was that dude in the fish head jumping on the other guy's surfboard.
With an economy of pitches, both guys set up to pitch fairly deeply into this ball game, which the managers appreciate after playing 11 innings last night.
Well, flip a coin here. It's a 1 of 2 chance that Baez will swing at this first pitch, and he didn't. 51.2% first pitch swing percentage, the highest in the majors. Overall, only Jorge Alfaro of the Phillies swings more often at any pitch than Javi.
Yeah, and we talked about it in the open. I think the key for him is he, at times, last year I think he got a little passive, which just sounds weird for a guy that swings as much as he does, but he was trying to be disciplined. And I think now he's like, I'm just going to let it fly.
And he lets it fly, and it will get off the wall. He missed a homer by maybe a foot, and he'll end up with a standing double. Oh, so close. By far the best hit ball of the series for either team. And it hit off the top of the wall out in deep left center.
He thought he got it. It would have been number 18, but it stays in the yard. He has to settle for 2. By that much.
Ooh. So we'll see if Contreras can knock him in. Baez's 23rd double. Javi, with the 17 homers and 17 steals, has become the second Cub to have that many in both categories before the All-Star break. Sammy Sosa did it in 1996. So it would seem as though Baez is well on his way to a 30-30 year. 0-2 on Contreras.
It's a powerful swing. He generates a lot of bat speed.
And again, not official, but looks like he is going to be in the home run derby. And there's a report today that Kyle Schwarber will join him on Monday. One and two on the Cubs catcher. This should get Holland out of it, as d'Arnaud will make the grab. 2-out double. Baez, he's stranded at second. Midway in the fourth, 0-0.
BB, you're probably thinking of the other BB who goes by the name of Brandon Belt. But let me tell you something, brother. We're the Ballot Brothers! The Ballot Brothers! We need all of you right now to get up out of your seats. Right now! Pull out your cell phones and start casting your votes for the undisputed, supreme, reigning, defending Brandon Belt, the best looking guy there is out there. And let me tell you something, we got it.
If you'd like to see all of that, I think it goes on for another 17 minutes. Derek Holland channeling his Randy the Macho Man Savage. Along with Hunter Pence, they're trying to get Brandon Belt into the All-Star game, but right now Jesus Aguilar has the lead. 1-1 on him. Scoreless tie, bottom of the fourth. Giants won 2-1 in 11 last night. Opposite field single for Belt.
Let me tell you something. Get the person sitting next to you. Tell your mama, tell your pop, tell your brother, grab your friends, and get them on the ballot. Right, or else, brother. Or else the Ballot Brothers will come running wild for you. Yeah.
Pence said Holland stole a few of his lines. And I think that was a one-take recording.
Hunter, it's a combination of Marv from Home Alone and Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes. And a young Ginger Baker from Cream. Outside on McCutchen. By the way, Brandon Belt and Freddie Freeman have absolutely thrived against the shift, and the Cubs were shifting against him. Belt hitting over 300 versus the shift. Ball 2. And we were looking at some of Anthony Rizzo's numbers. He is in the low 200s, right, against the shift.
I think it was 213 was the number. And all left-handed batters on the ground to the pull side has never really been a winning formula. But with the shifting now, that league-wide, that batting average is really suppressed. So, you get a couple of options. One, try to hit it over everybody's head, keep it off the ground, and that's what a lot of guys are emphasizing, launch angle. Or, try to shoot the ball the other way a little bit, as Belt just did. But if you do that, you're sacrificing power, and that's the thing. If you're a big slugger like Rizzo and Belt and others, if you're going to change your swing to try to punch the ball the other way, then, and you're not a base stealer. There's so many strikeouts in the game now. It's tough to string a bunch of hits together. You probably want your big guys continuing to swing hard, and a byproduct of that is going to be some balls on the ground to the pull side, because you get on top of the ball as opposed to getting underneath it a little bit or squaring it up.
Oh, I guess I'm being told Derek Holland was doing the Hulk Hogan. I thought
they all
Macho
did
Man
that.
did it.
I just assumed all wrestlers did that.
Yeah.
My favorite was Gilles Le Fish Poisson.
Smoked foul. Two balls, two strikes on McCutchen. Boy, wrestling fans hate my guts at the moment.
For misidentified, for getting the wrong guy.
All over me. 3-2. We'll see if Belt's on the move.
I'm guessing with the lefty up there, probably not. Lefty on the mound.
He is not running, and McCutchen draws the walk, so the Giants have 2 on with nobody out here in the 4th. But if there's been a pattern for Quintana this season, this has kind of been it, where he's cruised early and has gotten into some trouble at times in the middle innings.
Yeah, and I think that's why they're having this big confab right here to make sure this doesn't get away, because he's really good tonight. That last breaking ball was a real good pitch. McCutchen did a nice job laying off of it. He made the pitch he wanted to make, just didn't get the result he was looking for. The base hit by Belt was not well struck. His stuff is really good tonight. His command is outstanding. You just got to stay true to your game. Don't let a crisis situation change your approach. Now this is a little dangerous in that Hundley has been really good against left-handed pitching. He's batting .344 with runners in scoring position.
Quintana would love a ground ball here at an infielder. Ball 1 to Hundley. Not related to Randy and Todd, the father-son catching tandem.
Just in the fraternity of catchers, they're related.
Related in that regard. Swing and a miss on a curve. Nick's father, Tim, was a longtime college football coach, and is in the NAIA Hall of Fame. Spent much of his coaching career with Rick Neuheisel at several stops. One, and he held. 2 balls and a strike. 2 on, nobody out. 4th inning. Final start of the first half for Quintana. Remember, his Cub debut came right out of the All-Star break last year after he was acquired from the White Sox. So we basically got a full season's worth of starts as a Cub. 14-9 with a 3.99 earned run average.
Winner last time out against the Tigers at home. 6 innings of 2-run ball. Allowed a couple of solo home runs, and that was it. He's just forcing a little bit right now.
July's been good to him since he came into the league in 2012. He has a top winning percentage in July, ahead of some good ones. He's got to make a pitch now. It's 3-1 on Hundley. Maybe 2. Oh, that's huge. 6-4-3 on a 3-1 pitch. Runner at third, 2 down.
They've been doing a lot of work in, and this one's down, and they were trying to get it in on him. And it was kind of more middle down, hit sharply, but Russell there to start the double play. The feed not perfect, but Baez able to make the adjustment and make a good turn.
Crawford singled in the second. Swing and a miss. Hooters hot play of the game brought to you by your Chicagoland Hooters. The home run I mentioned earlier was a game tire at Wrigley Field to left back in late May. Outside. Crawford took an outside pitch his first time up and singled to left. He's really good on pitches inside. Over 400 leading the majors. You know where he's bad? Middle. Believe it or not.
Well, that'd be a tough sell to a pitcher. Hey, just throw this guy right down the middle.
Well, he did the first pitch. It was a curveball.
He struggles there.
But yeah, he's hit 191 middle.
I think that's the one StatCast refers to as a meatball. Well,
Pence waits on deck. This would be a big time escape job for Quintana if he can get out of this inning with no damage. Three and two. Is it just me, or does it look like Brandon Crawford swings a very short bat? Maybe it's the two-tone nature of it.
Maybe. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that is a shorter weapon. Good hitter. Tell you only need about 3 inches right there in the barrel, the sweet spot.
Bounding ball to Russell. Remember that inning as Quintana gets out of it with no runs allowed after 4, still scoreless. Feldco, and right now at Feldco, save big with free installation on all windows, siding, and doors. Call 866-4FELDCO today. Big 6-4-3 double play, helping Quintana get out of the fourth inning. One strike on Addison Russell. He hit second last night. Knocked in the Cubs' only run and hits a bullet to center that Hernandez will catch. Bodie with a single and then caught stealing in the second inning.
Cubs with just 2 base runners tonight, 2 hits, a single and a double. They both came after 2 were out. Holland's been pretty much any pitch in any count. Challenge heater right there. If you keep an eye on our Xfinity strike zone, you're going to see a lot of stuff up in the zone. Fastballs up, inner half, or in on the hands a little bit to the right-handed hitters. And breaking balls down.
Curve missed inside.
So, an all right-handed lineup except for Jason Hayward, a couple of switch hitters, but obviously they're going to swing from the right side. And right-handers with an 848 OPS against Holland this year, which is 10th highest in the league, but he's been locked in here tonight. That would be Mr. Holland's OPS.
Well played. 2-2. You've been waiting to get that one in for a long time. Holland thought he had him. 3-2.
And I just punched you out walk, but nope, it was a little bit inside. And Laz Diaz has been calling the corners tonight. He's not been bad. He's just been fairly generous, I guess is how I would put it.
Bodie around first, and he's going to stick with one. Holland backing up that throw. So David is 2 for 2.
A bouncing ball through the infield for his first hit, just beyond the reach of Sandoval. A solid shot here to center for Bodie. He's really done a nice job. I saw a rumor online today that the Cubs are interested in Jay Happ of the Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays have been keeping an eye on Bodie and Zagunis. Somebody else down at AAA escapes me right now. I don't know if there's merit to that rumor or not.
Here's another Happ, Ian, and he swings and misses.
'Tis the season, and there's all kinds of speculation out there. You can understand why folks would think the Cubs might be in the market for an arm. And if I'm paying attention to the Cubs minor league system and watching this club play right now, I would certainly be intrigued by David Bodie.
One and one on Happ. I think Holland feels like he's been squeezed a little bit here in this inning.
Well, the other one was off the plate. This one was borderline, and Diaz has called that pitch for the most part.
That game is over in Chicago. 14-2 Cardinals. All-star Miles Michaelis got the win. His 10th. Inside, 2-1. popped him up, and Happ flipped the bat almost to the mound. That ball caught by Darno. I'm not sure I've seen a bat end up in that spot, about 10 feet in front of the pitcher's mound.
Hundley looking towards the Cubs dugout. Not happy with Happ flipping his bat. If there's any intent here, just a little frustration.
No, it was like a pitch that got away. It was the bat that got away.
A little careless.
Yeah. See, I think he was trying to flip it kind of behind him, and probably had a little pine tar on the batting glove, right? A strike to Caratini.
That's one of those things where a veteran from the Giants will talk to one of the Cub guys. What's the deal with Happ? And they'll say, he's a good dude. He's a good guy. He just didn't mean anything by it. Play on. People are always looking for reasons to take umbrage.
Yep. Well, it's both. What happens is a couple guys on the other side get upset. And then the general idea in baseball is we just take care of our own business. We don't worry about what other teams are doing, even though that's exactly what happens on a daily basis.
Yeah. everybody does worry what the other team is doing,
while saying they don't. One and two to Caratini.
Well, Bodie got caught trying to steal back in the second inning. Hundley has not been particularly good, but with the lefty Holland out there, Holland has not allowed a stolen base this year. As a matter of fact, the Bodie try was the first one anybody tried on him.
Awkward swing by Caratini on a pitch in the dirt. And we go to the bottom of the fifth. Garlic fries.
.30, bring the family out and enjoy the Under Armour All-American game at Wrigley Field. This is your first chance to catch the country's top high school baseball players get free tickets while they last. Available in person at the Cubs store at Gallagher Way. Limit 6 tickets per person. No purchase necessary. For more information, visit Cubs.com/UA game.
Hey, tonight's hot cold players are brought to you by Plumbers 911. Call day or night at 1-833-PLUM-911. Plumbers 911, your plumbing connection. What a year for Aaron Nola. It's been a struggle here recently for Tyson Ross. Curveball strike to Hunter Pence. Giants batting in the bottom of the 5th. And a ground ball smothered by Baez. Got him.
I'm sure Hunter Pence thought he had a knock when that one left his bat, but not so fast as El Mago ranges over, gobbles it up, pops up, and throws him out.
Now the only guy in uniform tonight who has performed at Bonnaroo.
Bonnaroo?
Bonnaroo. Big summer festival.
Where's that, out here?
No. I think it's Tennessee. Chase Darno is a singer, and he has a band. And on an off day with the Braves a few years ago, he performed at Bonnaroo. Just broke his bat, and that ball will drop for a hit. One out single for the Giants' second baseman, and here comes Sandoval.
Sandoval taking a long look down at Ron Wotus, the third base coach. He has the ability to make contact with all kinds of pitches. They might think about a little hit and run here, try to get a little something going at the bottom of the order.
Well, the Giants base coaches are very aggressive. Jose Alguacil, the first base coach, he is, when Quintana has the ball, he's pretty close to the field. Now he backs up a little bit, but he gets right in the middle of the action. They do have coaches' boxes, and every once in a while the umpires kind of crack down on keeping guys in that box, but for the most part, base coaches tend to move around a lot. The 0-1 is outside. Day game tomorrow. Off day in San Diego Thursday. 3-game series at Petco. And then the break. And as the adage goes, for those 3 days, JD, you can make your own friends.
Yeah, you can
tend to spend more time with us than you do with your family during the season. But it's nice to have a few days off coming up, and that's the pitching matchup tomorrow, Montgomery and Cueto.
Well, Cubs think maybe something is up here. They continue to work on Darno. Sandoval, lifetime .282 hitter, had that great run here with the Giants early in his career, and then signed with Boston, and things just absolutely blew up on him over there. And they let him go. They're still paying him. The Giants are paying him just what, a minimum, I believe.
Sandoval had a 3-homer game in the World Series against Detroit. And in 2012, he was the MVP of the World Series that year. And he pops it up into shallow center field. Almora comes in, gloves. And Sandoval is out, and it'll bring up the pitcher Holland. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Ball one to the pitcher Holland. Darno at first, 2 outs. Slide step in the pitch, bounced right to Caratini. That'll do it. We go to the 6th inning. Cubs nothing, Giants nothing.
Chicago join Ryan Cheverini and Val Warner for Windy City Live tomorrow at 1 p.m. on ABC 7.
And the upcoming
never had a bad day.
Yeah, the upcoming schedule for the Cubs is brought to you by Ford, inviting you to visit your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. We're back with you on ABC 7 late Saturday night from San Diego.
Who's on the Padres these days? Will Myers, right?
Will Myers is having quite a stretch. Yeah. Christian Villanueva, the ex-Cub prospect.
Yeah.
Do you want me to name their whole roster?
Well, yeah.
Hunter Renfroe.
Yeah, I could look it up and do some homework. I'm hoping you're going to do a little
Eric Hosmer,
crash course.
Freddie Galvis.
Ooh, Freddie's been playing well.
Jose Pirela.
Wow. You have deep Padre knowledge.
Clayton Richard, the former Cub, was their opening day starter. 1-0 on Jose Quintana.
Right here, Q.
Brad Hand, the All-Star closer.
Well, pitching dominating again here tonight, as was the case last night. Coming into this inning, Holland had thrown strike one to 15 of 17, and Quintana to 14 of 18.
We're going to sponsor a new segment moving forward.
Name the Padres.
Who's on the? Pick a random team. Who's on the Rays? Go.
Rocco Baldelli.
No. 3-2 on the pitcher.
Blake Snell, the number one snub among all the All-Star snubs.
Yes, he is. Well, they've got to change the player voting. There's no reason why they can't vote electronically up until like yesterday, right? Why do you have to turn your ballot in on May 25th or whatever? Called strike three. Quintana tried to sell it and was unsuccessful.
He should just let us pick the All-Star team.
Except for the Padres players. It's whoever you want. I'm not real familiar with them.
But we would do our homework. We'd be grinding away on these numbers.
Albert Almora 0 for 2. He started the night leading the league in hitting. He likes fastballs, he likes velocity, and he likes pitches up and pitches in. It's been really good on all of those so far this year.
That was a changeup, and I don't think that's exactly where Holland wanted to throw it. First time up, he started him heater. Last time breaking ball, this time changeup, and that's really been a big key for Holland. He got all of his pitches into the mix early, and he had command of all of them. The Cub hitters really can't sit on anything here tonight.
Well, all those things I said he liked, he hasn't gotten any of them so far in this sequence.
No, and if he gets a heater, I would think it'd be about shoulder high. And as you mentioned, Albert's good up. And sometimes you give a guy what he likes just a little beyond his reach.
Golfed in the air, and it's Crawford. Man, 70 yards off the green. That would have been a beautiful shot.
Mm-hmm.
Now Hayward, who has grounded out both times. A little high to Jason.
Yeah, and again, you know, Holland's been so good against left-handed hitters this year. I still think it makes sense to put a lefty in the lineup because it just presents a little different look.
Broken bat goes flying, and that ball lands. And Hayward will have a bloop single as Darno got a glove on it, couldn't haul it in. So the question here is, did McCutchen have a play on it? As that was a real tough play for Darno.
Darno's been pretty aggressive out there tonight, flying around, running down pop-ups. McCutchen appeared more than willing to let him have a go at it.
Baez blistered one to the top of the wall, just to the left of the 382 marker, out in left center. His last time up. And down the right field line, this is a long run for McCutchen, and it's going to land a foul.
That was a fairly brazen first pitch right there from Holland in a 0-0 game, top of the sixth with a man on base.
Yep. And middle is where Baez does much of his damage. You go there at your own peril. McCutchen one-hands it, and that's it for the Cubs in the 6th. Still unable to get anything going against Derek Holland. Of baseball brought to you by Comcast Business, built for business. The Red Sox now with their 3rd winning streak of at least 8 games, and the Royals snapping a 10-game skid. Shin-Soo Choo continues to get on base. 48-game on base streak for Choo. That is a Rangers club record. Choo, an all-star, by the way, this year. For the first time.
All right, somebody's going to make a run at him.
This is his 14th big league season and making the all-star team at age 35.
Well, we talked about Hernandez's power burst this year, but he's always been a speed guy and a pretty good bunter. You have to keep that in mind in defending him. And watching Bodie, he's stepped in front of the bag, but as the pitch was being delivered, he started to backpedal. He's doing it again now.
Off the inside corner, it's 3-1. Quintana has not walked anybody. He has gone to a bunch of 3-ball counts here over the last few innings. Check that. He did walk McCutchen in the 4th.
Yeah, and he went 3-1 on Hundley right after that, and then got the big double play ball.
Hernandez takes the leadoff walk.
Well, this is 3rd time through the batting order. That's been an issue for Q, as it is for many pitchers. Just like his body language tonight. As soon as the half inning ended, he came busting out of the Cubs dugout, sprinted out to the mound. Just feeling it.
Steve Reich 1 to Belt. The margin for error in this series has been pretty small. The 2-1 Giants win in 11 last night. We're scoreless in the 6th tonight.
The day before the Cubs got to town, the Giants beat the Cardinals 13-8, but the 6 games prior to that total on just 10 runs for San Francisco.
And the Cubs were scoring 8 runs a game going into last night over their previous 9. And they've scored once in 17 innings in this series.
Yeah, well, every now and then you have a big game here, but I always anticipate low run games in this ballpark. See the Giants, and they've been good here in their home park. Sluggish early, had that real good stretch May to mid-June. Scuffling here again of late.
The 1-1 to Belt down the left field line, foul. James Norwood looking to at some point make his big league debut. It could come tonight. I believe it's the first time we've seen him even get loose for a ball game.
Yeah, and even that for a guy just coming to the big leagues can be a little bit of a surreal feeling, just warming up in the bullpen.
Especially on the field. Everybody watching. 1-2 to Belt. One note on Kyle Hendricks last night. He was the second Cub pitcher in the last 25 years to go more than 8 innings, not give up an earned run, and record a no decision. The only other pitcher to do that over the last quarter century, Jeff Samardzija, back in 2014 in a 12-inning loss against the White Sox. I was talking with Jim Hickey before the game, and he was beaming about Kyle's work in the opener and very happy to see his starter go into the 9th inning. And whenever he went over to ask Kyle how he was doing, he said Kyle kind of waved him off and said, "Beat it, I'm fine."
My game.
Yep. Still 3-2 on Belt.
Well, he pulled that one right out of Contreras' mitt. A lot of big lefty sluggers, good low ball hitters, like to use their height, for leverage. But Belt, for me, has always been a guy who could handle balls up. Now he still has a little bit of a hole up and in, but I think of him more as of a line drive hitter than a pure slugger.
He got him. Big pitch. That's the first out.
It's the 3rd strikeout for Quintana tonight, so he hasn't been dominant in that respect, but a lot of soft contact, a lot of strikes, a lot of defensive swings leading to weak contact, but because he's been ahead of so many hitters. Looking for back-to-back wins for the first time since the end of April. He is 7-6. The team is 11-6 in his 17 starts.
His ERA currently has dipped below 4 at 3.99.
Well, certainly could have been a strike.
One ball, no strikes. Make it 1-1. Hernandez walked to start the inning. Bounce back to the mound. Throw to second. Baez there. Relay in time. 1, 4, 3. Double play. That'll take us into the 7th inning. Quintana with a couple of double play balls tonight. Hundley in the 4th. McCutchen here in the 6th. We're still scoreless.
MLB.TV All-Star Sale is here for $39.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV to take advantage of this sale.
Gorgeous night here in San Francisco. A little on the cool side, but that's typically the case. Very refreshing after a pretty hot homestand at Wrigley Field. And we're now in the 7th inning. Holland to Contreras.
Yeah, 7th inning means time for the bullpens to start to get engaged. We saw Norwood up for the Cubs, and now Sam Dyson starting to go for the Giants.
Teams are combined 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position, which tells you they haven't had many opportunities.
7 hits total in the game. Cubs 4, 3 for the Giants.
Wilson will be followed by Addison Russell and David Bodie. Cubs will have Anthony Rizzo available off the bench later. You see Tommy La Stella in the background, always ready with a bat. 1-2 the count.
He's had a lot of late swings at that high fastball tonight.
That's the California hornblower. Two balls, 2 strikes.
I know Wes, a very interesting race. Diamondbacks got off to that great start, came back to the pack. They entered in tonight's play a half game better than the Dodgers. The Giants 3 back. Rockies, who've been playing well of late, just 3.5 off the pace. So everybody, except for the Padres, really in the mix out here. So you would think all 4 of the general managers of those teams would be very active here at the trade deadline.
That boat we just showed you out in the cove, that is a dinner cruise. They are enjoying an exquisite dinner.
What are they having?
I don't have the menu. So they're just stopping by to say hi.
Wonder if they're having garlic fries. Maybe chowder in a bread bowl.
Hit hard and foul to left.
Just really making Holland work here. Closing in on 100 pitches now.
Two on Contreras. Here it is in the dirt. Holland lost at Wrigley Field in late May, but he pitched well. He gave up 3 runs, 2 earned in his 6 innings of work. Swing and a miss on the 10th. I believe the 10th pitch of the at bat. Check that, the 11th. 11 pitch sequence ends in a strikeout.
Yeah, well, backdoor slider, well placed. The second time he has struck out Wilson, and got him with a breaking ball back in the second as well.
A strike to Russell. Strikeout and a line out for Addy.
Yeah, the ball he hit to center field last time up, one of the better struck balls of the night for either side.
That should get down. Cut off nicely by McCutchen. Here's the throw to second, not in time. A 1-out double. Couple of shots to get the lead. And it looks like that'll be it for Holland.
Yeah, when Bodie coming up 2 out of 2 against Holland, and Bochy is going to go to his right-hander.
Holland will get a big hand from this crowd. And this call to the pen is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. That's Sam Dyson when we come back. Dyson.
Dyson with a 3.27 ERA, pitching for the 45th time. He's been a busy man. League bats 236 against him. Likes to sink his fastball, throws a lot of cutters.
Yeah, league leading 45th appearance. And he will not face Bodie. It will be Kyle Schwarber.
Let's see what they do with the base open here, and Schwarber, how aggressive they go after him.
His first plate appearance of this series, and he fouls out of play. He'll be in that lineup most likely tomorrow against Johnny Cueto.
Dyson traded to the Giants from the Rangers last June. Velocity's down a little bit this year.
I think looks like Kyle's got a baseball in his back pocket. Not sure what's going on there.
Cheeseburger?
It's not Gates Brown. Gates Brown, I believe, was eating a hot dog when he was called on to pinch hit back in the late 60s. There you see StatCast powered by AWS. Recent balls hit 200 feet or less by Kyle Schwarber. And I believe he stuffed it into his shirt.
Yeah.
And then had to slide head first at second base. Ended up mustard all over his jersey. Russell takes off for third, and he's in, and he's going to score. And the Cubs lead 1-0.
Well, wouldn't that be a fun way to win a ball game? Great reaction by Russell. Ball in dirt. And with one out, absolutely you're going to try to get to third base, and Aaron throw allows him to come around to score.
Hundley probably should not have even thrown this ball, but he tried to make a play. It'll be a wild pitch and an error. One nothing in the seventh. And Schwarber walks.
It's secondary. Eyes locked in on the catcher. Sees the ball in the dirt. Does not hesitate.
Looked like Ian Happ just said something to Nick Hundley. I'm guessing it was about the bat flip earlier. Probably said, hey, I didn't mean to do it. That run charged to Holland. So the Cubs have the lead here in the seventh. And here lately they've been winning a lot, but giving up the first run. They scored first last night and lost. In the air down the left field line, it's going to slice out of play.
Meanwhile, Carl Edwards Jr. trots down to the right field bullpen. He'll start to crank it up.
Dyson's 1-1 is wide. 2 balls and a strike.
It's interesting to contrast the approach of Holland and Dyson here. Holland was go, 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 and Dyson very deliberate, taking a lot of time.
There goes Schwarber. Perfect throw. I mean, right on the button from Hundley. And it took a perfect throw. He got a great jump.
Going to hold out there for a little bit, see if the Cubs want to challenge this one. No indication. They're going to wave him off and play on. They did not have a particularly big lead. Crawford just had to hold the glove there, wait for the ball, and then wait for Kyle, and they all got there about the same time, but the tag applied just before that lead foot got to the bag.
Happ draws the walk.
Well, in our keys to the game, we talked about the potential for a little running here tonight. Hundley had not been particularly good at throwing out base stealers, but he's been good tonight. Got Bodie and now Schwarber.
Deep to right, way back there and off the wall. They're going to try to send Happ. Relay throw is late. And the Cubs lead 2-0. Victor Caratini with a 2-out double.
This ball really smoked. Maybe he wanted Dyson to throw over there. Not sure, but he throws a fastball right over the heart of the plate just above the knees, and Caratini just hammers this ball. It's well played by McCutchen, and Brian Butterfield does a real nice job reading this throw. Once he sees air under the throw from McCutchen, that's when he decided to send Ian Happ. He knows that that first cutoff man is not going to be in play here, and he started cranking that right arm to send Ian Happ home.
Awkward half slide there by Happ into home plate. And hopefully he's all right. Looked like he was unsure at the last second whether or not to head first slide. It's Tommy La Stella bats for the starter Quintana. Back-to-back quality starts to begin this series for the Cubs. 3 over their last 18 games. And Quintana has 2 of those. Right to the shortstop, Crawford. Cubs get 2. 7th inning stretch time. It's 2-0. This pitching change is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Carl Edwards Jr. recently activated off the DL. Will work here in the 7th with a 2-0 lead.
2-1 record, 2.81 ERA for Edwards, a 189 batting average against. This is his third appearance since coming out the disabled list.
Schwarber stays in. JD plays left, and Happ moves to third with Bodie out. Strike one on Hundley. Swing and a miss on the curve.
Charlie, just a third of an inning in each of his 2 appearances against the Reds on the homestand. So Joe's trying to ease him back into things, but this is a high leverage situation here. 2-run game, bottom of the 7th. He is striking out better than 14 batters per 9 innings pitched.
Hundley went around, and he's standing around. And did he go? I guess he didn't. If he had taken off and kind of sold that he swung at it, he might probably reach his first base, but he'd rather hit.
And he didn't know what's going on behind him there, but it was a good check.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Just blew it right past him. This father-son moment is brought to you by Sport Clips Haircuts. Check in online at sportclips.com/check-in and claim your spot today at any of the over 90 Chicagoland locations. When Brandon Crawford was a kid, his dad was a season ticket holder at Candlestick Park. So they did a little recreation of that photo. He is 1 for 2 this evening and takes high. So Crawford from Pleasanton here in the Bay Area went on to play collegiately at UCLA. And it's 1-1 on him.
So there he is as a little dude.
Yeah, there was a time when it looked like the Giants might move to St. Petersburg before they got this new ballpark, and it was privately financed. Swing and a miss.
Who's Mr. White? Was he the mayor? Mr. White said, "Do the right thing, Mr. White."
Must be. Don't know. Peter McGowan was the owner, right? At the time?
That sounds right, yeah.
Well, we're experts on this topic, aren't we? Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Oh, he's a heavy curveball here. This is kind of fun to watch. Quintana got 3. Edwards got 2 in a row here in the 7th. Boy, if he has command and feels comfortable with that pitch, hang with him, National League hitters. Somebody's going to get yelled at in the Giants scouting department because I'm sure the hitters are looking for cutters, and he's throwing one curveball after another. Spin it to win it. Jose Quintana tonight, 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 86 pitches, 54 for strikes. He threw strike 1 to 15 of the 21 batters he faced. Looking to win back-to-back games for the first time since the end of April. Wow.
What an inning.
Impressive. Wow is right.
To the 8th, Cubs 2, Giants nothing. Action ABC 7 rebroadcasts its Cubs matchups on the Live Well Network. Cubs Giants Encore tonight will air in its entirety beginning at 1 a.m. on ABC 7's digital channel 7.2 and the following cable or previous cable channel positions. Maybe you have to hit rewind on your DVR to find them. Bill White, the president of the National League, was the Mr. White being referred to in the sign next to a young Brandon Crawford. Oh, and 2 on Albert Almora. 2-0 Cubs, 8th inning.
Bill White had a great career in baseball, first as a player and a broadcaster and ultimately league president.
Cubs have to feel great about the start of this series. There's Justin Wilson, simply for the fact that Hendricks and Quintana were so good.
Yeah, Cubs have had a very nice first half, despite some pretty significant issues with their starting pitching, which was expected to be a great strength for this club and still may be. And you know, Theo has said it repeatedly lately when asked about potential trades. Said, well, you know, who can we acquire that would be better than a locked-in Hendricks and Quintana, and you know, Darvish back to full strength, and Tyler Chatwood obviously has to straighten some issues out. Hendricks outstanding last night. Quintana, beautiful job tonight.
Swing and a miss for strike 3.
On Sunday, July 22nd, the Cubs battle the Cardinals. First pitch 120, and up to the first 5,000 early arriving children 13 and younger will receive a Cubs pillowcase presented by MasterCard. After the game, the first 1,000 kids 13 and younger will have the opportunity to run the bases, weather permitting. Tickets are still available. Visit Cubs.com.
Hayward taps foul. He's 1 for 3.
I think the venue matters. I think this is the kind of ballpark as a pitcher you walk out there and it's a comfortable feel. It's a big yard, and there's cool air. Ball doesn't carry that well. It's akin to a golfer standing on the tee with a big wide open fairway out in front of you. You feel confident and comfortable. I think that's the sense most pitchers get when they take the mound here.
Got away with one a little bit up. The Giants have not lost a series at home in their last 11. In the air to deep right. McCutchen goes back on the warning track, and he makes the catch. Exactly what you were talking about. You give up a ball like that as a pitcher, you think, uh-oh. But it stayed in and probably went about 400 feet.
Yeah, it's like that old Dixie Chick song, there's room to make a big mistake.
That's a good pull right there.
You know what? There's a guy right down here in front of us, a Ghirardelli hot cocoa vendor, complete with a canister of whipped cream.
I take it you would like to order one.
I kind of like the concept. He's got a hose coming out of a container that he's got strapped on his back like a backpack, and he's got the fancy little hat and the whole deal.
Good slider. 0-2. Yeah, he's self-contained.
I wonder if you can hire him out for parties.
You know what I would do? I would order it and I'd hold everything but the whipped cream. Just give me a cup of whipped cream.
Hold the cocoa.
Baez strikes out. Cubs go in order in the 8th. We'll take 2, sir. Hey, you. Chicago's most accurate radar, live Doppler 7 Max, the most advanced technology, only on ABC 7 Eyewitness News. And this call to the pen is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time.
Justin Wilson for the bottom of the 8th. ERA sitting right at 3. This is appearance number 39. Got a tough act to follow. Carl Edwards came in and punched out the side. Just 12 pitches.
1-0 on Chase Darno.
Well, Sandoval and then a pinch hitter.
Former Pirates battling here. That's a strike at the bottom of the zone. 1-1.
There's a bunch of ex-Pirates in this series. Steve Cishek is up in the Cubs bullpen, ready to provide support should Wilson need it. Brandon Morrow was not in the mix last night. I would assume he'd be back available tonight. Boy, when he drives that fastball down around the knees, that's nasty.
Darno picked up his first hit as a Giant in the 5th. Playing in just his 3rd game this season. Older brother of Mets catcher Travis Darno, who is out for the season due to Tommy John surgery.
He's had a lot of injury issues, hasn't he, Travis? Chase has been with the Pirates, the Phillies, the Braves, the Red Sox, the Padres. Mostly a minor leaguer, though. He's never had a lot of playing time at this level.
A roller to Russell. A look at the Giants' all-time home run leaders, brought to you by Toyota. Tested, trusted Toyota. Toyota, let's go places. There's a pretty big drop after McCovey to Williams. 3 of the top 4 are Baseball Hall of Famers. My personal opinion is Bonds should be as well, but that story has not yet been finished. Austin Slater. Not what should happen, but what will happen. Will Barry Bonds ever get into the Hall of Fame?
I think he will.
Yeah, I do too.
It seems to be that the writers are starting to trend that way, and I know a lot of there's some. I hear with Bonds and hear with Clemens that the pre-steroid body of work was so good that if you project what they had, had they not done it, they would have been Hall of Famers. I think a lot of guys are starting to lean that way, and other guys are just tired of fighting the fight of trying to parse through who's guilty, who's not,
who did, who didn't.
Yeah.
Buster Posey is on deck. So Bruce Bochy's going to use some bullets here in the 8th inning, trailing 2-0. The way the series has gone, though, 2-0 feels like 5-0, even though you get a base runner on and the tying runs at the plate.
He's closing in on Gene Mach for 12th all time in managerial wins.
Slater strikes out. Here's Posey.
Among the actives, he's number 1 ahead of Sosha, Francona, Showalter.
1 2/3, 1 hit, 1 runner, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts.
I believe I read a note the other day. Bruce Bochy is the only manager with more than 900 wins for 2 different clubs.
12 years with the Padres, now 12 with the Giants. One and one to Posey. I think Boch is in the dugout saying, "Come on, guys! I'm a game over 500 in my career. You can't lose tonight." Will Smith, the lefty, just playing catch in case the Giants rally here. Otherwise, we'll see rookie Ray Black fireballing right-hander in the 9th. He went 1 and 2. Posey, an all-star for the 6th time. He will not play. He will not even attend, as he'll get a cortisone shot for a troublesome right hip. Wilson's 1-2 is hit foul out of play.
At some point along the way for Posey, he's going to start playing a lot more first base than behind the plate. I mean, he's caught an awful lot.
Yeah, and Brandon Belt can play a corner outfield spot in a pinch. But he's really good down there at first, too.
Yeah, it's a bit of a dilemma they have.
A bullet to Schwarber. To end the 8th inning, we go to the 9th. 2-0 Cubs. Weather and video with you wherever you go. Get the ABC 7 Chicago News app today. And this pitching change is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. A right-hander, Ray Black, who's had all kinds of injury problems in his minor league career with the Giants, but he is here at the big leagues. This will be his 2nd appearance. And he throws really, really hard.
Yeah, first appearance did not go well for him, but just a 1/3 of an inning. Huge strikeout numbers down in the minor leagues this year, splitting time between AA and AAA at Richmond and then Sacramento. Seventh-round pick of the Giants in 2011. University of Pittsburgh.
He is from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. And actually, before he was even drafted, Tommy John surgery, knee, hand, shoulder operations along the way. Fouled Back upstairs by Contreras. 98 on that fastball.
Cubs obviously getting their first look at this guy. No fun to face 98 when you're 0 for 3 with a couple punch outs already.
Sliders popped up, foul territory, and out of play. Alan Hansen now playing third after Sandoval was lifted for a pinch hitter. Called strike 3.
Yikes.
The drive of the game is presented by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing. Victor Caratini filling in tonight for Anthony Rizzo, giving the Cubs some insurance with an RBI double in the 7th.
That ball was sauteed and simmered. Hey, it's Cishek back up in the Cubs pen. So, no Brandon Morrow again tonight.
Ball 1 to Addison Russell. Steve took the loss last night.
Gee, that's explosive. I have to assume the back is acting up again for Brandon.
Now 2-1. Hitting over 300 since the start of June. And sitting in a 3-1 count. Thanks to our Twitter friends, we have tomorrow's Hornblower Dinner Cruise menu, if you'd like to see it. You've got the spring salad. This is a 4-course meal, by the way. Some New England clam chowder on the
Gotta have the chowder
menu. Swing and a miss. So Black with back-to-back Ks. They have a pan-seared salmon entree. You could get braised short rib. And maybe some chocolate flourless cake for dessert.
So that's a wonderful evening out there on the Hornblower.
If you would like to stay, we've got an off day Thursday. Day game tomorrow. You could.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
On the bay.
Mm-hmm. See if Schwarber can get the head out on one of these heaters.
And one note for tomorrow, Rennell Brooks Moon, the PA announcer here, will MC the inauguration of the San Francisco mayor-elect London Breed. So filling in for her is former big leaguer and Giants coach Tim Flannery. He'll be the guest PA announcer here at AT&T tomorrow. Flan's got a great voice.
Yeah,
there's Rennell.
Flan's a very good musician.
She is the iconic voice of AT&T Park, but we'll get the day off tomorrow.
Bullpenners doing their thing here tonight. They've recorded 13 outs, 8 via the strikeout, and that's why it's awfully tough to come back late. It's tough to put the ball in play. I want to see him get the barrel out on this 98. Hit one in the cove.
Ooh. Strike 2. Popped up behind second base where Crawford stands. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Cubs 2, Giants nothing. Is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank gets about time. Steve Cishek in. Brandon Morrow was not going to pitch in the first 2 games of this series simply due to the workload over the weekend. So no issue other than Joe wanted to give him a break. Ben Zobrist now playing left.
Well, it's always good to have a competent plan B, and Cishek certainly is that.
One and one.
Suffered the loss last night. 3 hits and a run in 1 inning of work. A couple of strikeouts.
Swing and a miss. Two balls, 2 strikes. Top of the order here for the Giants. So Belt next, McCutchen after him. Posey was used in the 8th to pinch hit. So right now it's Belt, McCutchen, and if anybody reaches Hundley, 1 hopper to Baez, who makes the play. Now our stat of the game brought to you by Mattress Firm, where your budget stretches further, and hopefully this does not apply tonight.
In case things get a little squirrely for Cishek, they've got Strope up.
Just missed to Belt. Foul tip, 1 and 1. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Cishek, like Quintana at the start of the ball game, was let's go, fellas. Gets it back, ready to go. Feeling pretty spicy out there right now. Plenty of experience finishing off ball games. Back-to-back 30-plus save seasons for the Marlins in 2013 and 14.
3-2 to Belt.
Saved 25 for the Mariners 2 years ago.
In the air to left field. Zobrist has it for out number 2. Always nice to have depth when you fill in for your closer. Steve Cishek has done this quite a bit in his career, looking for the 124th save of his major league career.
They do win to keep pace with the Brewers, who beat the Marlins 8-4 earlier tonight.
Two 2-0 on McCutchen. Tying run is on deck. That is Hundley. Pulled to left. Zobrist has it. Cubs win. Cubs win. They shut out the Giants. A combined 3-hit shutout. Their 11th shutout of the season, and we're still in the first half.
Addison Russell with the double, and then scores what proves to be the winning run on a wild pitch, errant throw from Hundley. Caratini provides insurance. Quintana follows Hendricks' performance last night with a brilliant one of his own, and they will pass the baton to Mike Montgomery to give it a shot tomorrow afternoon against Johnny Cueto.
We'll take a break and be back with more from San Francisco. Cubs 2, Giants nothing, the final. Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 is being brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. By Lakeside Bank. Personal customized banking. Lakeside Bank. It's about time.